Welcome back to our channel. Today, you and I will witness one of the most beautiful moments in Jack and Tu Tien's love story. After days of quiet preparation, Tu Tien finally completed a secret plan, a gift that was more than just an object. It was a piece of her heart, wrapped carefully, with patience, care, and hope. The question is, how will Jack respond? To this unexpected surprise, will he be able to see the depth of her love? Hidden inside every detail, two hearts are about to meet again, in a way that words alone cannot explain. Let's step into their world, now. In the small room, silence was so deep that the ticking of the wall clock seemed like a lullaby. The soft glow of the yellow lamp fell across the wooden table, embracing the corners with warmth, as though time itself wanted to pause. Tu Tien sat quietly, her eyes fixed on the square gift box. One by one, she placed the keepsakes inside, as if each item carried a fragment of her soul. First came the sweater. She had spent countless late nights knitting, her fingers sore, but her heart full. Each stitch whispered of long evenings, when she imagined Jack's smile as he put it on. Next, a small photo album. The pages held their shared history, playful glances, when love was still new. Hands clasped in the rain, shy smiles during their earliest days together. Each memory pressed into paper, now resting in the box, as proof of a journey traveled by two hearts. Her hands trembled slightly as she tied the ribbon, and in the stillness, she whispered, "Dear, I hope this gift helps you see. My love will never change." The four walls seemed to listen, wrapping her words in silence. Outside, the world was still rushing, but inside this room, time had slowed. Just as she placed the last piece of paper onto the box, the front door creaked open. Jack had returned, after a long day, his shoulders heavy with dust and fatigue. Yet something made him pause. A golden glow slipped through the crack of the room's door. He stopped, curious, and peered inside. His breath caught. There was Tu Tien, unaware of his presence, bent lovingly over the small box, her fingers smoothing the ribbon with childlike tenderness. The lamplight danced across her loose hair, framing her face like a soft halo. Jack's heart stirred. He had never thought love could be expressed in such simplicity. No grand gestures, no extravagant show. Just her, in this quiet moment, pouring her heart into something so ordinary, yet so extraordinary. He wanted to call her name, but instead, he chose silence. Letting himself watch, he saw her lips move, whispering words he could barely catch, but what he heard tightened his chest. "My love for you will never change." Jack leaned against the doorframe, his eyes moist, his hands trembling slightly. He felt like the luckiest man alive, blessed to have a woman who gave without expecting, who loved silently, yet endlessly. When Tu Tien finally placed the box neatly on the table, Jack took a quiet step forward. His footsteps were so soft, yet enough to make her turn in surprise. Their eyes locked. For a moment, time stilled. Her face flushed red. She fumbled, You're back." Her voice carried both surprise and nervousness, like she had been caught in a secret. Jack smiled, his voice low but thick with emotion. "So, you prepared this for me?" Tu Tien lowered her gaze, her lips curling into a shy smile. Before she could explain, Jack wrapped his arms around her. His embrace was firm, passionate, overflowing with gratitude and love. In that embrace, no words were needed. The gift on the table glowed softly under the light, yet both of them knew the real gift was in their hearts, love unspoken, yet deeply understood. After a long embrace, Jack gently pulled back, his eyes still drinking in her face. He reached for the box, his hands trembling slightly. "Can I open it?" he asked, his voice no stronger than a child's, afraid of breaking something sacred. Tu Tien nodded, her smile soft and glowing. "This is all my heart," she whispered. Jack carefully untied the ribbons, the rustling paper echoing like music. In the still night, when he lifted the lid, his breath caught. No gold, no luxury, only small, meaningful treasures. A gray wool scarf, the very one he had wrapped around her shoulders during their first winter together. A light pink photo album filled with their love's journey walking by the riverside, hiding under a porch from the rain, holding hands on their wedding day. And then, a card. His hands shook as he unfolded it. The handwriting was hers, delicate and full of warmth. "My love, every moment with you is a treasure. I want you to remember that I am always here, no matter what comes. And within this box, there is something new, our child, the little angel growing inside me. This is my greatest gift to you." Jack froze. The words blurred before his eyes. As tears swelled, his heart thundered inside his chest, and his knees nearly gave way. Slowly, he turned to her. She was standing quietly, her hand resting gently on her belly, her eyes glistening with tears. Jack dropped to his knees, hugging her stomach with trembling arms. His lips pressed against her, his voice breaking. "Thank you. Thank you for giving me the most wonderful gift. I promise to protect you both, with my whole life." The room seemed to glow brighter. The golden light from the gift box bathed them in warmth, and it felt as if invisible rose petals were falling all around, filling the air with romance. That night, it was not just a gift being opened. It was the start of a new journey, the sacred path of becoming parents, of building a complete family together. Wrapped in love, Jack pulled her close again. Perhaps any man would wish for such a gift. Yet Jack knew it wasn't the material things that mattered. It was her sincerity, her heart, her silent devotion. Happiness, he realized, was not some destination far away. It was here, in the journey. They were walking side by side. He lifted her face, his thumb brushing away her tears. Looking deep into her eyes, he whispered to Tien, "The greatest gift of my life is you." At that moment, the world seemed to stop. No sounds, no worries, only love, eternal and unchanging. But happiness has a fragile silence, just as their hearts were bound tighter than ever. A sound disturbed the night. The old wooden door creaked open, its eerie groan echoing through the still air. Tu Tien stiffened. Her eyes widened, her expression shifting from joy to unease. Something in that sound felt strange, like a shadow slipping into their golden-lit world. Jack frowned, sensing her worry. The warmth of the moment seemed to tremble. Could happiness last forever? Or was there a secret waiting to break through the silence? The answer would come soon, in the next chapter of their story.
Kiện người ta đi, người ta cách nhận kiện người
Đang
ta.
quay mà mẹ.